Lincoln's current CEO has appeared to accidentally reveal the fact that Lincoln are about to get rid of 300 dealers, in fact more than 300 dealers, cutting its dealership network in half. But it's also revealed that the only dealers that will stay dealers are the ones that signed up to sell EVs. The ones that didn't, bye-bye. See you later, guys. Serious. Hello, my friends, and welcome to the channel. I'm Electric Viking. It's great to see you. Now, this has got to be a little bit concerning. It's sort of a strange way to do business. I would have thought maybe let these Lincoln dealers know, hey, you didn't sign up for EVs. Now you're going to go extinct. Bye-bye. See ya. Rather than telling the public first. But anyway, this is the way they've chosen to do it. So be it. Now, if you read between the lines here, Lincoln are basically saying the dealers that signed up to sell EVs, you can stay. The ones that didn't, you're going. Lincoln has a plan to regain its mojo, it says, its popularity. The plan is by halving dealers, there'll be a perception of exclusivity, of quality, of scarcity. Scarcity could be the right word. Lincoln's new president is working to galvanize the brand's stalled revival by shrinking its dealer network, by cutting it in half, refocusing on electrification, and updating its products to spark interest from new and returning customers. Now, to be fair, the CEO has given a bit of a weird, contradictory statement here, but I'll share with you what it was, and then you can decide what you think of it. We have to get our mojo back, Diane Craig told Automotive News this week in New York as Lincoln introduced the redesigned Nautilus, a vehicle she hopes will be key to that plan. Lincoln executives spent much of the past decade working to make the brand relevant again in an increasingly crowded luxury market. Their efforts succeeded, kind of. US sales hit 112,000 vehicles in 2019. That was a 12-year high, but then they went down a bit since the pandemic. Craig, who succeeded Joy Folatico in December, now says Lincoln will grow again. It's really very straightforward. Great products, great service, she said. That will define the future of the brand. However, about half of Lincoln's dealers won't be part of that future. Although Craig called the brand's dealer network a strategic advantage, she said it must get smaller, a lot smaller. Lincoln had 637 dealers at the start of 2023, and she said we have too many dealers. If we're going to be a successful luxury brand, we need brand exclusive facilities. Most of the dealers we have are still jeweled. We love them as our Ford partner, but we need to focus on having that brand exclusive experience. Now, here's the confusing part. She's basically saying if you're a jeweled dealership, if you sell Ford and Lincoln, we don't want you. But the thing is here, most of the dealerships who actually signed up for electrification are jewel dealerships because they're the ones who can afford it. They're the ones who have multiple brands, right? They're the ones who can afford the $1.2 million needed to electrify your dealership, meaning put in chargers, train your staff. Basically, that's what Ford is asking you to spend. Now, as of late last year, Lincoln had 145 standalone stores. It has been asking dealers in the top 120 markets to invest in new single brand showrooms. Craig declined to say how many stores the brand should have, but said it should be around 350. This would almost halve the entire dealer network. And she said this is the number of dealers who have signed up for Lincoln's electric vehicle certification program. In fact, the number she said was exactly 356. Exactly 356 have signed up. The rest have declined to do so. She's basically saying, if you didn't sign up, then you don't have a future as a dealer of Lincoln brand EVs. So you've missed the boat. At the end of the day, all I know is we have too many dealerships. We have to evolve to EVs with the dealers that signed up with our EV tenants. It's probably in the right snap bracket to where we ultimately want to go, and we'll work really closely with dealers to get there. A Lincoln spokesperson said the company will work with dealers individually to address their differing needs, as this is not a one-size-fits-all approach. Craig said company officials were having discussions with all of our dealers about remaining with the brand or about going. In other words, Ford is, or Lincoln, I should say, trying to get rid of a lot of dealers, clearly, and trying to make it happen quietly. I've had many conversations with dealers over the last 4 months, many that are my personal friends, that don't want to give up the brand because they love the brand, she said. But if there's not an industry there to serve, does it really make sense for them to go on the next evolution with the investments they'll have to make to be electrified, or just focus on Ford? We want to do the right thing for them as business partners. Lincoln has an electric vehicle focus. That's what they're saying here. They're saying they're going electric. They're focusing on rolling out EVs. And that's particularly problematic, they claim, in a luxury market that's now dominated by Tesla and other brands as well, such as Lucid, and with major competitors offering multiple electric cars. Now, obviously, you've got the Porsche Taycan, you've got Lucid's expensive EVs, you've got Tesla's Model X and Model S Plaid, you've got now Audi, Mercedes, and BMW making high-priced EVs. So, Lincoln are concerned people won't want to buy their electric cars. Craig indicated she may be taking a different approach than the brand's predecessors, saying she will not specify how many EVs or what year they might arrive. When I'm ready to make a declaration about when we're ready to come to market with our first EV or second EV, it will be when we're really ready to talk about it, she said. In other words, they've got nothing. Seriously, that's what she's saying. We don't have anything, so we don't have anything to tell you. The most important thing I'm focused on is to make sure we have EVs that we bring to market that are irresistible. Now, Lincoln has said it plans to launch 3 EVs globally by 2025, with a 4th one coming in 2026, and that 90% of its US volume will be from electrified products by 2030. In other words, 90% of the vehicles it sells will be electric in that year. I'm going to guess they might have 5 models, 4 of them will be EVs, but it will have to happen well before 2030 because no one will want to buy a luxury car powered by an internal combustion engine in 7 years' time. There just won't be a market for it. So despite the industry's pivot towards electric cars, Craig said gasoline-powered and hybrid models will continue to play an important role for the brand. This is what she said. As much as we're finally seeing electric vehicles take off, we've been talking about it for 20 years. And for as many entries that came in, it was never more than 1 or 2% of the industry. But 75% of customers are choosing gas or hybrids. Take the next few years. It only goes from 75 down to 65. For the foreseeable future, we're going to see the majority of people still going for gas and hybrids. Now, she believes clearly that even in a few years' time, electric cars will represent less than 35% of the market. Now, she believes that EVs now represent 25% of the market in the United States. Unfortunately, it's not even close to that. I wish it was, but I do think it will be soon. Now, let me know your thoughts on this situation with Lincoln. Do you believe Ford and Lincoln are doing the right thing by its dealers, or that the dealers just themselves should have come up with the money, just pay the money to sell the EVs, and that's fair? Let me know your thoughts. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.